Let me go back to Adrian out of New York. Adrian, thank you for holding. Go ahead.
Okay, so I called you Tuesday, but I was the last caller, so I didn't really get a chance to say things calmly. The question that I had last Tuesday was about the prayer and the voices. So after I talked to you, I took a drive because I had to go to the dog park for my dog. Yes, I had to go to the dog park for my dog.
Dog park for the dog.
Yeah. They have a dog park. Beautiful. And so as I was driving, it came to me that I was thinking again, right? And I said, because one of the things I said to you was, why do my comments make comments on the comments in my mind? And as I was driving, all of a sudden I was like, if I'm seeing what I'm seeing, why do I need to make a comment about it? So it can't be me saying something like, whatever it is. I said it's me looking at it, so I don't have to voice anything because I'm in the present looking at whatever I'm looking at. And so I felt like, maybe I got a little bit of something. But then you were just saying some stuff, you know how you do your commentary. And I'm like, well, and one of the other things I had said was I was trying to stop smoking. And so now the thought came in my head, am I still being an intellectual? And maybe that's why I haven't been able to stop smoking. I'm doing the prayer. I got it that Tuesday that if I'm looking at something, I don't need to comment on it. So that means in my mind, so that means it can't be me. But I don't know. Am I being intellectual? Because it just scared me when you said that. I'm like, I don't want to be an intellectual. I want to know.
You know the best way to stop smoking?
What?
Without any effort at all?
What?
Is to see yourself smoking.
But I do see myself smoking, and I feel it in my body.
Right. That's all you need to do. And then eventually, if you do that, you'll reach out for a cigarette, and you just wouldn't have the appetite for it. You wouldn't have the taste for it, and you'll be able to walk away from it.
So I just got to still be patient with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I don't think
all things you need to be you will have to be patient. All things.
Yeah. But I just got worried that maybe I'm still being intellectual about things.
And why did you? Who told you to be worried?
Exactly. All right.
No, that was a question.
Everybody always does that to you because it's like when you say it, it's like, oh yeah. My mind. But I am seeing it.
Right.
I am definitely seeing it. Like I have laid back on the Jesse Lee Bible thumping to everybody. I see that now when I'm in conversations or anything. I watch myself. So I guess that's the right way. I just have to be patient. That's it. It is what it is. And the second part was...
Let me just say, I would suggest you relax a little bit, too. Don't be so anxious.
I know you told me that before.
Yeah. The devil have you anxious because he's telling you that, you're not going to be able to get this. You're not going to make it. You're not this. You're not like Jesse. You're not this or that. But you're doing fine. You just need to relax and go through the pain, go through the shadow of the death of fear, of loneliness, of worry, of anxiety, of gossiping, whatever it may be, of cigarettes. And you're doing fine. You're letting this thing die, and this not you die. But don't be so anxious and afraid about it.
Yeah, and you know that you said that, and you have told me that before, and I try to watch for that. Sometimes I can see it. Like sometimes the anxiousness comes out of nowhere. Like I'll have to get something done, and then I start acting weird, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's that thing, and I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So I know I just always need you to say something every once in a while. So much so that I called you twice this week. And the second part is, really quick. I had mentioned the movie to you, and I wanted to explain why I highly recommend one of you see it, one of the crew see it. Nefarious is because it doesn't have, it's about Satan, and it's about a man, and it's about another man, and it doesn't have all the, like, the Pope's exorcist, all the Hollywood fanfare and all that.
Right.
It's just a conversation between a guy who's about to be executed and the guy who's supposed to determine if he's crazy or should he, be executed or not. But Jesse, the movie, like, some parts actually put fear in me. And not, like, just for a second, but just like, I almost felt sorry for, I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah,
I really think,
I will check it out for sure.
I really think that you guys will have a hootenanny of a time talking
Okay.
about this one. And I can't wait because it is so deep. And some things that was said in the movie, I just instantly thought of you. And I was like, Jesse's going to appreciate this. I think. I don't know. And the other thing, real quick, about the Bible question, why do we...
When you don't know what to do, why do you distort it by doing something?
I think because we're always searching, or I'm always searching for a way to stop the pain or stop the fear of whatever I'm trying to get done, and I don't know what to do. So I've been paying attention to that. Like, I'm in the middle of something like that now, a whole court thing and everything, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. And also because I've retired, or I want to do something else, but I've retired, and I'm like, I'm just going to stop talking about what I think I have to get done, and I'm just going to let it happen, because if I say I trust God, then I'm going to have to learn to trust God and just let it go. And it is painful to let it go, not to be, or you think it's painful not to be in control of the outcome. But then every time I look back, I'm like, I have no control of the outcome. And then I think about the things that are solid in my life that I had no interference with, and they just worked out. So that's what I think it is.
If you let go, everything will work out, because the truth will consume you, and the truth will cause things to work out. You can't fail when you're walking in when your nature changed from the old nature to the new nature, which is of truth. The old nature is of the lie. The new nature is of the truth. That's what I mean to be born again of the Father, right? You cannot fail. You'll be fine. You'll be taken care of. So when you find yourself feeling a little anxious and caught up, just take a deep breath and relax. And realize your inner thought, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I reflect on things that happen, like where I live, where I would have. These were things I was anxious about when I used to be single and crazy in the city, and now I'm like, I couldn't have made this happen if I tried to on my own.
Right.
So that's what calms me down. I'm like, oh, that's reflecting. I think that's what you call reflecting on God.
Yes.
Like,
that's what it is. To fear God is to reflect and see where He had brought you through.
And then the devil wants to come in and spoil that and say, well, maybe not. And I'm like, that's a lie.
Yeah.
So, all right, good. I just needed some reassurance from you, but it was the questions I had were too quick Tuesday. But I appreciate you so much and the whole crew. And yeah, Wild Hassan, that show was funny the other day.
Oh, you saw it yesterday?
Yeah, a little bit. And I was like, what's going on?
You're like, what? No. I thought he had lost his dog.
They're awesome. They are awesome. So thank you so much. Have a blessed day, all of you. And finish listening to you.
Before you run, what does your husband think about your new attitude?
My new attitude? He's still waiting for it, please. Now all I tell him is, Rob, it's not me. And
nice.
Sometimes he says, I see where you are learning to... He says, I see where you're learning that you're seeing that certain things that you do are wrong. But then sometimes he's like, when's it going to end? And I see that's when I get anxious. Oh, and one more thing. From Sunday, you were saying, who is God? And a guy said, my father is like God. Well, my husband to me is like God, because I was having one of those episodes from not smoking. And you know what my husband did? He ignored me. He went about his business. And I was looking at myself saying, why? Don't do this. This guy is amazing, right? And you know what he did? He put me on the Bobcat and was like, now it's time for you to learn your lesson. And I was like, my husband is like God to me.
Nice.
Or like my father, because he is. He is.
Amazing.
So hopefully I'll change for him quickly.
Yeah, just relax, Adrian. You're doing fine. Just relax. Right. It's not you. You're doing fine. And the mind, thoughts are all lies all the time, want you to believe it is you, and that is not working, but it is working. You're doing fine.
All right. I love you, man.
Love
Thank
you
you
too.
so much.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Ladies, all you have to do, just what the men have to do if they want to be free, you got to see within yourself you're wrong for being angry. Go and forgive your parents, especially your mother and your father. Return to your father. And do the silent prayer and let go.